A, did I ever kill someone? The answer is no. B, did I have to sleep someone to get intelligence? The answer is no. Well, culture always wants a beautiful spy. It's wishful thinking on the part of a large male American population, worldwide population, to think that female spies fit that model. I like to tell people it was a little bit like MI6 is Q. We were the technical gadget people for the American intelligence community. We did all of those things that you see in the movies. The purpose of disguise was broad and deep. You wanted to blend into a crowd. You wanted to be the little gray person on the elevator that nobody remembered got on and nobody remembered got off. You wanted to be not noticeable. When I entered as a secretary. And back then, almost every woman that worked at the CIA came in some sort of clerical position. There's always been this idea that being a woman was a disadvantage. And the men certainly felt that way. And there was a group of women, I was with them, that thought being a woman was perhaps an advantage in these operational scenarios, because you could move around so easily, whether it was a diplomatic cocktail party and you're talking to the ambassador from wherever, and he lets his guard down because he's talking to so-and-so's wife, maybe. You could elicit a lot of information that the men could not, simply because you were non-threatening. It worked very well for women in the field once we were allowed to get our feet wet. It has become difficult for me to watch some of the spy material that's on film. I just started watching The Homeland because of this quarantine. The character in Homeland of Carrie, while she's a much more realistic character than we see very often in popular culture, she would not have been tolerated at the CIA. She doesn't follow the rules. She makes up her own rules. She takes all kinds of chances. She's on God knows what medication she's on because she has clearly some personality issues. The way women are portrayed does women no service. Hollywood had some capabilities that we had always been interested in. Actually, a couple of the things that we did, we first saw in the movies, and then we decided that was a fun idea. We would do that too. So we went out to LA, first of all, for makeup and the working with masks. John Chambers drew our attention because of his creation of that mask technology in the movie Planet of the Apes, the original. That was only a piece of our LA connection. The other piece was with the magic community. We talked to them and said, we're looking at how you set up illusion and deceptions on the stage. We would like to set up some illusions and deceptions of our own, but the stage is going to be in Moscow. That was the beginning of a whole endeavor in disguise that took place at CIA. Tony Mendez, I met him in the Far East at a Christmas party at an American embassy. He had too much of the punch that had been made by our OTS chemists. But it was never, the recipe was confiscated, the punch was outlawed, it was never served again. But that was Tony's, that was our first meeting. It was memorable. The Americans, a TV series, I really liked it. I really enjoyed watching it. That was as close to the real thing as I had seen on film. This idea that this is that espionage is a job. It's a daily job. It impacts every piece of your life, your neighbors, your friends, everything that you were involved in. I had instant recognition watching that show.